So now we're going to change the look of our joints. So this rig and this style of rig that I'm going to show you, I would say you can call this a stop motion rig. Alright? What I mean by stop motion rig is it's not going to have squash and stretch on the arms. It's not going to have squash and stretch IK handles. It's not going to have squash and stretch spline IK backs. This is a very simple rig. Alright, we're actually going to be modeling with the joints. But a lot of people don't like to model or animate with joints. So they like to see nice, beautiful NURBS curves for their controls. So we're going to go here and we're going to use a script, another script that I have. This one was written by a friend of mine, and I call this one my friend that my friend wrote. His name is Boo, Kun Boo. Alright, and he created one called circle joint. What was it called? Joint circle. Rigging scripts, circle joint right here, but it was by this guy Pibu who worked in our company, and so it's called circle joint, and you can see it's actually very simple, but what it does is it basically automatically creates a NURBS curves that's a circle onto the joint, and it turns that joint into a NURBS curve. So I'm gonna go here, and I already have it right here, circle, and what you'll see is you'll see that it has a circle created. Now what's actually happening is this joint is that NURBS. So if I turn off draw style to none, you'll still see the joint, and I can go in here control vertex, and I can change this up, kind of make it look like this a bit, and now I have a root joint right here, and I can go here, same thing, circle, you can't see it but there it is, control vertex. Now the control vertex, right here, let's move it and scale it, and you'll notice I'm doing that to the control vertexes of the, I'm not scaling, I'm not rotating the actual joint, and again I can change the draw style to none, so you don't see any joints, you just see these nice beautiful curves. Again, this is going to be a little bit limited if you're trying to go for a squash and stretch kind of rig, but for our very basic one, and if we still want to do this, what it does is it eliminates the need to create a whole bunch of connections through the connection editor, through constraints, or through expressions. So it's fast. This is what I would call a fast rig. This is good if you're working on a television commercial where you have a character that you want the animators to be happy, they get their controls, but at the same time you're finishing your rig pretty quickly. So you go here, circle, control vertex, okay, just doing that. Okay. And it'd be nice, you know, there are automatic rigs out there, but if we use those, we don't learn the fundamentals of what's actually going on. We don't understand what rotation and orientation are, so it's important that we know how to at least know what a good rig should be, the basics. Shot style none. Then we can do the clavicle here. And the clavicle, I kind of like to do it a little bit different. I like to put it a little bit further away, because remember, one of those principles that we have here is makes things easier for the animator, which means they can see something and they know what it is. And so I'm going to just kind of change it up a bit. I'm going to go like this. And something like that. Alright? So that kind of feels like a different type of control. Okay. You know that that's not the shoulder. The shoulder is going to be a circle. Alright? And it takes time. All of this takes a little bit of time. It's good to make sure that your controls are easily accessible. Alright, so you go here, none. So here, my control is there, but my pivot point's in the right spot. Okay. And the size should be correct. Don't make it too big, don't make it too small. And it's a bit of a pain. We're not going to do the legs because the legs are going to have an eye case set up. But we will do it here. And for me, like some controls, like the elbow, which are more important, I'll make bigger, and something like this one, actually, I'll make a little smaller, because it's not used as much, and it's really just going to be used for this X rotation. All right, so go back here. That'll be the same for here. Turn off the draw style. Turn off the draw style. Alright, just save as we go along. And see, it's already cleaning this up. It's already cool. And we can kind of go here. And we're going to say circle here. Okay. Now, the thumb and the fingers, we can also give it the circle if we wanted to, but what we're going to do is we're going to create a specific hand rig just for the fingers and for the palm and whatnot. And that's going to be another thing. So this is getting us pretty close. We're getting the arms, we're getting the body, and it seems like that takes a long time, but actually I would say it's pretty efficient. Now, I don't actually want to keep this here. I'm going to try it again, and I'm going to mirror the joint, left to right, behavior, mirror, and very nice. I don't have to redo all of that. The only thing is, it's upside down because I chose mirror. So I need to select this one and get it in place. Okay. There we go. So I didn't have to do that twice. I can do the neck also. Not that I really want to animate the neck too much, but I'll do the neck also. And the head I'm not going to do, because the head I'm going to give it a special controller, because I want the head to be able to have a switch between local and world spaces. Okay, there we go. So that's it for the circle joints. We'll move on to the leg IKs next, the IK on the leg next, and the whole foot setup, which is quite complicated. It'll take up quite a bit of time.